Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? It's Infinite Ace. I'm here to show you guys all of the legend upgrades in Season 20 with all of the new perks. So for those of you guys that are not aware, today is Friday, February 9th. Oh, it's my sister's birthday today. Hold on. We're going to do that first. My sister just turned 18, so that's a good. So yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know, your Evo shield, you're gonna start off at white. You're not gonna be able to pick it up off the ground anymore. It's gonna upgrade gradually over the course of the game, depending on how much damage you have. You know, different tasks that you complete, reviving, healing, things like that. It'll give you points. Bangalore, her level 2, when she reaches blue shield, she gets to choose between two separate perks. Same thing when she gets the purple shield, and when you get the red shield, you just get the red shield. Her two perks here. Excuse me. When she gets to level 2, one of them is Walk It Off, ignore slow and 50% damage from ult. Oh, this is Fuse. Where's Bangalore? Okay, Big Bang. See nearby ordinances through walls and death boxes. That's Big Bang. I don't think that's good. I really don't like that at all, actually. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. I don't like. There's a billion grenades all over the floor. I don't need to see them through walls and death boxes. Like, I'm just gonna find them anyways. And then reduced ult cooldown by 25%. That's pretty big. You're gonna be using your ult a lot more. Bang has a really good ult. So, dang, that's definitely a good one. I think for me personally, Ultimate Artillery, I'm picking it every single time. Then her level 3s get a lot more interesting. Cover Me, auto ping enemies who trigger her double time passive. That's gigantic. If you're in smoke and somebody's trying to shoot you, they trigger your double time, you're just gonna be able to see them. Now you can just beam them. That's huge. Her other one is also pretty huge. Regenerate HP while inside of your smoke. It's not like an insane upgrade to the one. It's not like an insane amount of healing, but I mean, it's definitely something. Both smokes, I think, give you like 50 to 60 HP, something like that, if you're in both smokes back to back. But I mean, that's definitely huge. You could get into the fight a lot quicker, pop a bat, you just gained X amount of health back, and now I could go fight a lot faster than I would have been able to before. I could see this choice being a toss up for me personally. I don't see anybody really picking Big Bang over the reduced all cooldown. That's and by like a whole quarter. That's a lot. Now Fuse. Why am I? Okay, Fuse. Walk It Off. He ignores slow and 50% damage from his ult. It's pretty big. Wait, what's going on here? Hold on. Okay. He ignores slows and 50% damage from his ult. That's... I mean, it's decent for clumsy fuses, I guess. Fuses that get caught inside of their ult all the time. But I don't know. I don't think that's really that important. I think what they should have done with that is make it so that his ultimate doesn't damage him at all in the slightest. That would make his ultimate a lot better, in my opinion, because Fuse's ultimate right now needs a lot of love. And, you know, just reducing the amount that he gets damaged from his own ult is not really that big when it's a long-range ult. It doesn't really do much, so... and then he also has Big Bang. See nearby ordinances through walls and death boxes. So I guess I'm picking Walk It Off regardless. I don't run a lot of Fuse regardless, but neither of these perks are very good. Now he's got his level 3, his purple perks. Take 25% less explosive damage. That can be pretty nice. Depending what kind of endgame circle and what kind of people you're playing against in that specific game, that could definitely be good. People that maybe you're playing against another Fuse, you know. And then you get a short speed boost on your successful knuckle cluster hit. That's just extra movement. I think that's better personally. But overall, Fuse, his perks not great. Gotta say, his perks are not that great in comparison to some of the other really good ones. Like Ash is another one that gets some pretty decent picks. Murder Machine, call out the number of squads within 150 meters after a squad wipe. That's pretty huge. That's gonna stop you from getting dirted a lot of the times and know exactly how much time you have to heal before the next team comes in. And then she has persistence. Using marked for death, tracks enemy position on map for 60 seconds. Not bad either. I think I'm picking Murder Machine personally, but I guess once again, it just really depends what kind of game you're playing, and how it's flowing in the game, that specific game. Lasting Snare. Arc Snare remains in play for 24 seconds and can catch multiple enemies. I think this is great. This is a great buff for her tactical. I think her tactical need a lot of work, and that's a pretty nice buff. Or Twin Snare, she gets an extra attack charge. I'm personally liking Lasting Snare a lot more because her attack right now is not very good. Her attack right now is not very good, and getting an extra not very good one is not very good. But if you're just upgrading her tactical to a point where it's actually, a viable tactical in the game, that's definitely a lot better. Maggie. Mad Maggie has some nutty perks. Crowd Control. +1 tack charge, -25% active duration. So she'll get an extra tactical, but she'll reduce a quarter the amount of time that it's active for, which I don't think is that much of a debuff. Simply because when somebody's, getting hit by a Maggie tactical, they almost immediately get out from behind it. So, the amount of time that it lasts to me isn't as huge, but the amount of space you could take up with an extra tack charge with her tactical is pretty big. Or Big Guns, 1.5 times depth and width of tack. That's not as good in my opinion. Still definitely decent. I mean, if you haven't. It's good if you have no idea where exactly behind the specific wall somebody is. You want to just take up as much space as you possibly can on that wall. You could throw it there. Which, I mean, I guess it could go either way. Some people are going to prefer Big Guns. Some people are going to prefer Crowd Control. Me, personally, I'm taking Crowd Control. I run a lot of Mad Maggie, so for me, I think I'm going to be picking the extra tack charge almost every time. Her level 3s, her purples. Auto reload shotguns on Nox. Gibby, I believe, also has this perk. It's not bad. It's definitely a decent perk. I don't like running shotguns that much. I only really like the Peacekeeper. I don't think shotguns are as good, and especially I'm on controller, so I mean the aim assist you get with them SMGs up close is pretty crazy. So probably not gonna be picking this one as much. Auto reload shotgun on Nox. I think it's better for Gibby because of his bubble. A lot of those bubble fights. And then Fireball. Fireball's huge. I'm going to be picking this every time. This is a no-brainer for me. A little inspiration from Fusey. Wrecking Ball catches fire. Thermite fire on detonation. So essentially, you're going to throw it. It's going to immediately explode. A bunch of thermites are going to pop out. It's going to roll around on the floor, do its thing. And then before it explodes again, it's going to explode. Like before it actually gets destroyed, it's going to explode again. Throw a bunch of thermites on the floor again. That's huge. It makes her ult just a gigantic destructive force, and I love that. Ballistic doesn't have very good tier 2s. A lot of people have been hating on this specific perk. His first perk, Care Package Insight, can reveal care packages. Yeah, whatever, not a big deal. He's essentially like turned himself into a skirmisher legend with that. Ambivision, a lot of people are hating on this. I don't think this is that bad of a perk. You can see ammo in death boxes. How many times you looking through death boxes and you just don't know which one has the kind of ammo that you need? You could see that in advance. Just boom, I'm gonna just grab some ammo really quick, get right back into a fight. You could do it mid-fight. I think that's a huge thing. Maybe not as good as some of the other perks, but a lot of people are really hating on this specific perk. I think it's definitely gonna be pretty useful. His level 3, purple. Extra bullet, he gets an extra tack charge, or his tack lasts 3 times as long. That could be a toss-up, to be honest. It really depends on the type of player that you are and what you value more. Excuse me. Extra tack charge, you're just going to be able to shit on a lot more people on the same team. You pretty much, like, you just shoot a guy with it. With the smart bullet, you shoot another guy with it. Now it's literally just 3v1 pretty much. So that could be definitely pretty good. Or just the same guy is just not gonna be able to fight you the entire fight because your attack lasts 3 times as long. So it's definitely some pretty big level 3s that upgrade his tactical a lot. Not hating that at all. Pathfinder, his level 2s are pretty garbage. Forward Scout, gain access to survey beacons or insider knowledge, gain access to ring consoles. So he's either part skirmisher, part recon, part skirmisher, part controller with his level 2. It's, whatever. His level 3s, though. definitely really good. Death grapple, grapple cooldown reset on knock. That's gonna be huge. It's just more zip lines, you know, just more grapples, not zip lines. Sorry, just more grapples. You just swinging around a lot more like fucking Spider-Man in the middle of a fight. That's huge. Then zipline Zen. I think this is gonna be a lot better for ranked. Ziplines are now energized for a short time, granting 25% damage reduction while riding. Yeah, that's just gonna be for me better and better for ranked, better for when you're playing against better people. The higher up you go in the ranks, the the better the aim of the people that you're playing against is gonna be, and that 25% damage reduction while riding on the zipline is gonna be huge. But this I think might just be a little better for pubs, so it's gonna be a lot more fun. You're gonna be able to kill a lot more people a lot quicker in the fight. I don't know. It's really a toss-up. It just depends on your playstyle. Wraith. I saw gameplay of Wraith in like season 20 Wraith gameplay. The tactical cooldown is noticeable. Very noticeable. -5 second tac cooldown. 6 cents, not really huge. I don't really like that perk at all. For me, it's -5 second tac cooldown almost every time. 6 cents, passive triggers when nearby squad count increases. Not that big for me. I don't really like that one that much. Level 3. Ultimate upgrade. Reduce all cooldown by 20% or reduce your attack windup by 20%. Now, I saw gameplay of like season 20 Wraith. The quick shift, it's not that noticeable. Like how much it's winding up the difference. It's really not that noticeable. It's still not super fast. For me, I think you'll get a lot more value out of the ult upgrade. But once again, I mean, once season 20 comes out, you go ahead, try it yourself, see how you like it, I guess, Octane, thick skin, takes 25% less damage from his stim, or he takes 25% less explosive damage. I'm picking the stim every time. You're just going to be able to just stim. I don't care that much about the explosive damage. He's fast enough to run away from it anyways. And then he has his level 3s. Aerial agility, changes direction with the launch pad, double jump, so essentially a tap strafe. I don't know, I'll probably give that one a try. I'm not really sure which one of these two is better in my opinion. +1 ult charge, that's huge. So you just get an extra charge on your ult. That's just gigantic. That's definitely a really good perk. I don't know which of these two are going to be better. I think there's going to be some pros that are going to be able to do a lot with this one. Although they can already do that, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. For me right now, I'm thinking +1 ult charge is probably a little better. Revenant, he gets a -5 second attack cooldown on his level 2, or he also gets Murder Machine, where he could call out the number of squads within 150 meters after a squad wipe. Both of these are pretty big. I mean, it just depends what you value more. Do you value not getting thirded, or do you value having your tactical faster? It's just up to you. It also maybe will depend on team comps also. If you're running a Bloodhound on your team, why are you going to pick Murder Machine? Makes no sense. He's just going to hit a scan, or he's going to hit his Raven. He's going to find out which team is the closest anyways. So, I don't know. That might be a toss-up pick. Not sure about that. Respawn has also come out and said that they're going to be changing a lot of these perks, that they're going to be fairly fluid, and that's why they introduced the perk system, because it gives them more room to be able to have balance patches with a lot more complexity and be able to make legends just a lot better together. So those are only his level 2s, by the way. Those are actually really good level 2s. I really like those. Full send, total shadow pounds charge time reduced by 20%, or tac refresh on a knock. Kill thrill is going to be huge. Tac refresh on a knock, that's going to be big. That's a huge buff. I love that for Revenant. Total shadow pounds charge time reduced by 20%. That's also pretty big, but I don't know. For me personally, there's something about the tac refreshing on the knock that's going to be a lot bigger. Horizon, Big Bang, see nearby ordnance through walls and on death boxes. Again, to me, not very good. Ambivision, see ammo in death boxes. So they didn't do a lot for Horizon, but Horizon's already really strong. At least on her level 2s, they didn't do a lot for her. They also didn't do a lot for her on her level 3s, but we'll get to that now. I'm still, for me personally, picking Ambivision. I think Ambivision is a pretty valuable perk to have. It's just a nice quality of life improvement. And then her level 3s, -5 second attack cooldown and -14% ult cooldown. That's not very good. I mean, for me, it's which do you value more? Do you value your ult more? Do you value your tactical more? As Horizon, a 14% ult cooldown minus 14% is not a lot, and I'm gonna take the tac cooldown. Not 1,000% sure, because I haven't played as Horizon yet. Season 20 obviously it hasn't come out yet, but that's at least how I'm seeing it right now. That might change in the future, but I don't think any of these perks are very good. Valkyrie, extra thrusters, launch 15% higher with your ult. Not bad. Valkyrie definitely needs some love, so that's pretty big. Increase horizontal jetpack speed and acceleration, so just make her quicker in the air, or like how much higher do you want to go with your ult. It could really swing either way. Maybe the extra thrusters will be a little better for ranked, and the aerial expert will be a little better for pubs, but for me personally, I think I'm picking aerial expert on this a lot more of the time. Full coverage, modify attack pattern from 4x3 to 3x5. So instead of having 4 rows of 3, you'll have 3 rows of 5. So it's just gonna be a lot wider. That's pretty big, and you get more missiles in this configuration. 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15. So you'll have 15 missiles instead of 12, which is pretty big. Or plus 25% jetpack fuel. I don't think anybody's going to be picking that. I think everybody's going to be picking full coverage on her. But who knows? Maybe this allows you to get to certain parts on the map that you wouldn't have been able to before with Valk. No idea. We'll see. Bloodhound has some pretty nasty perks. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of his perks are really good. Bloodhound, tactical upgrade, minus 5-second tac cooldown, or hunting ravens. White ravens give 25% ult charge when activated. I don't know about you guys. I personally already thought that white ravens give you ult charge, so either that's a buff or it's something I just didn't know about, or maybe it just gave less than 25%, maybe it gave like 15% or something. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure white ravens already charged your ult. I don't know. For me, I'm still taking the tactical upgrade though. Personal opinion, minus 5 seconds on your tac cooldown. Bloodhound's tac is very important. If you're running him, you're gonna be using that all the time. So minus 5-second tac cooldown is definitely a big thing. Taste of Blood. Gain 25 HP on knocks while your ult is active. That sounds pretty busted. I'm not going to lie to you. You kill 3 people. That's just 75 HP. I don't know if that translates to your shield as well. But if it does, that's pretty broken. That's pretty big. Double tac, full body scan duration. I don't know what that means. So I'm seeing here it says double tac. Maybe, just an extra tactical. No idea. If it's an extra tactical, huge. I'm going to be picking that a lot probably. But both of these tier 3s are very, very good. If that's the case, at least. If it's actually a double tac, both of these are very, very good. I could really swing either way. Maybe you even pick this one, Hunting Ravens, specifically because you're going to pick this one and you want to have your ultimate back as fast as possible. You want to fight in your ultimate as much as you want, as much as you can, and you get the tactical upgrade and also double tacticals. You're gonna be just throwing out a bunch of scans all game. So Bloodhound for me definitely gets better after this. These are some pretty nice buffs for him. Crypto also gets some pretty decent buffs, let me tell you. Minus 10 second on his attack cooldown, or minus 20% ult cooldown. I'm picking the ult cooldown personally for Crypto. I feel like Crypto, your drone is out a lot of the time. A lot of people just don't shoot it. So I don't think the attack cooldown is that big. It takes a long time for you to get it back, but I'm saying it's not that big in the sense of how often is your drone really getting shot out if you're putting it in the right spots. So for me, I'm probably going to be picking the minus 20% ult cooldown. I don't run a lot of Crypto, but, if I did, I'd probably pick the ult cooldown. Or his level 3, his purple. Wider network increases Neuralink and EMP range by 50%, or satellite ping deploying drone calls out squads in area. That might be pretty huge depending how big that radius is. And increasing the range of the EMP, by the way, it's pretty noticeable. I saw some gameplay of it, some Season 20 Crypto gameplay. It's very noticeable how big it is. It's gigantic, the range. And the satellite ping, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see any satellite ping gameplay, but depending how big that area of effect is, that might be a huge thing. It's just like having a UAV in the air, pretty much. So crypto, I mean, definitely gets better after these upgrades. Even with just wider network, I saw gameplay of that. It was pretty big. So like takes up a lot of space, a lot more than it took before. And before it was already damn near impossible to escape from the EMP. So Seer needs some love. I haven't seen any of Seer's perks yet. So you know, I'm finding out about these with you guys at the same time. So Sense from afar, increase Heartseeker attack range by 25 meters. Okay, that's not that bad. So you can just see people farther now, and your attack goes farther. Pretty big. Remove Heartseeker movement penalty. So apparently you get a movement penalty when you're using your, you know, your dang, what is it called? Why am I blanking on that? Heartbeat sensor. Jesus Christ. So yeah, so apparently you had a movement penalty when you were using it. So yeah, it's just gonna take away the movement penalty. So you could just be literally in your fucking heartbeat sensor the entirety of the time, just moving around like a, I don't know, like a fucking pred. Eyes on me, plus 1.5 second tac scan duration. Not that big. Doesn't really matter to me that much. Or plus 20 meter ultimate throw range. Whatever, I guess. That's, I mean, I don't really like any of these level 3s. This one might be good. The, you know, taking away the movement penalty, that might not be that bad. So yeah. Now you have Vantage. Insider knowledge. Gain access to ring consoles or ultimate accelerants grant 4 bullets. That's pretty big. Before they only granted 2 bullets. I love running Vantage. Vantage is very fun to me, and being able to just carry ults with 4 bullets at a time, that's gonna be a big thing. Improved echo relocation, double jump. I don't know exactly what that means in terms of how they improved it. If they made the double jump bigger, or if they made it more, you know, a lot easier to control. I don't know what that means, but they apparently improved her echo relocation double jump. So. Sharpshooter, refresh echo relocation on hits with sniper's mark. That might be huge for her in terms of a buff. Because I don't know about you guys, but every time I pick up Vantage's sniper, I shred with it because it's, I mean, it's hit scan. You know, how can you really miss much? So you're just gonna be having your tactical all the time, pretty much. Gibby, big ups, revive allies to 50 HP. That's pretty big, especially, you know, you're getting pushed. Your teammate doesn't have a lot of time to heal. You get him up already half health. He pops a bat. Boom. Now, whatever he has, purple shield. You pop a bat. He's already at 150 HP, ready to fight. So that's definitely a big thing. Or auto reload shotguns on Nox. The fact that they gave this perk to Mad Maggie on her level 3, and then they gave this perk to Gibby on his level 2, just says a lot about how not very great this perk is, I think, for a level 3 in terms of on Mad Maggie's side. I definitely think the Fireball is going to be a lot better for her. But for Gibby, I don't know. I think I'm picking the auto reload shotguns on Nox as his level 2 because he's in the bubble. He's bubble fighting all the time. It's not even his level 3 perk. So you're just going to have an infinite shotgun, essentially. A shotgun with a gold mag on it. As long as you're, you know, fighting. Baby Bubble, minus 25% tac size and cooldown. So your bubble is going to get smaller, but the cooldown is also going to get smaller, so you're going to have it more. Or Bubble Bunker, plus 4 second tac lifetime with no trade-off. I'm taking Bubble Bunker personally, but maybe some more aggressive Gibbies will pick the tac size. I don't know. Just something about having plus 4 second tac lifetime, that's pretty big. And I think it also makes it bigger. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure Bubble Bunker makes it bigger, at least from what I've seen. Don't quote me on that, though. Not 1,000% sure. I guess we will see on Tuesday. Lifeline. Lifeline has some pretty nice perks, I'm not going to lie to you. So, quick response, plus 20% revive speed. Her revive is already good to begin with, and now they just made it better with that, so that's definitely big. Her tactical upgrade, minus 10 second tac cooldown. She has one of the like longest cooldowns in the game for tactical. I think it's like 40 or 45 seconds. So shaving 10 seconds off of that is definitely going to be a big thing as well. I could see this being a big toss up for a lot of people. I guess we'll just see how it pans out when the season starts on Tuesday. But as of right now, for me, I'm taking the revive speed. There's just something about being able to get your teammates into the fight a lot quicker. That's very good to me. Her level threes. Last stand, she gains a self res. Gaining a self res is huge. I think Lifeline is going to turn into a pretty big, maybe even, like a hybrid of a support solo queue legend type of vibe, simply because of that self res. Allied support. Next Lifeline care package is a supply drop. So you can literally just spawn in a Kraber if you feel like. I can see this going either way. But I mean, dude, it's kind of hard to ignore that self res. That's pretty big. Mirage. Revive Master. Allies are revived with health regen up to 75 HP. Or more of me plus 1 ult and reduced cooldown by 30 seconds. So you'll essentially have an extra ult charge, and the cooldown is reduced by half because it's already a minute. So you're going to have your ult after 30 seconds, and you get 2 ults. That's huge. He's pretty much just going to turn into like a super sneaky legend that's just throwing around his fucking ultimate everywhere, confusing everybody. That's gigantic. And I mean, shit, Revive Master is definitely really good too. It's like just an upgraded version of Gibby's Big Ups up here, reviving allies to 50 HP. But instead of 50, it's 75 HP, and you're invisible while doing it, while also having your ult like every fucking whenever you want, pretty much. And then and by the way, those are his level 2s. So I don't know, man. Those are pretty good level 2s. Me too. Gain attack charge. Can have both decoys active at once. That's pretty nice. Refresh attack on successful bamboozles. Both are good. Both are good. I mean, I can see that going either way, really. For me, it's the level 2s that make the biggest difference. More of me is going to be huge, and I don't see myself picking anything other than more of me ever. Loba. Market expansion. Black market boutique range increased by 25%. Or Loba can take an extra item from black markets. Both are good. I think shopping spree is a lot better. Although it's a little selfish, but I don't think the increased range by 25% is going to do much for my team. And shopping spree is going to do a lot for me. So I'm definitely picking up that. Tack upgrade. Minus 5-second tack cooldown or increased tack height and range. I definitely think that high value is going to be a little bit better here. I don't really have an issue with her tack's cooldown. What I do have an issue with Loba is when I throw it, I feel like I'm not going that far, or I have to wait like an insane amount, But I don't mind winning an insane amount if I'm going to get really far with it. So Loba, I mean, Loba's already decent, so I don't think they needed to do much, but I think they did everything that they should have. I think that's definitely some decent upgrades for her. Newcastle, resilient support, mobile shield segments gain 250 HP. Not bad at all. So your mobile shield is just going to be a lot stronger. Or increase mobile shield speed to weapon sprint speed. Guys, this is very noticeable. I saw some gameplay of Newcastle. It is a very, 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 very noticeable change. You essentially can just run with your mobile shield in front of you. It's huge how much faster it gets. Both are good though. So I mean, you just depends what kind of player you are. Are you a little bit pushier, or are you a little bit more hunkered down? Who do you have on your team? Are you running with a Caustic, a Watson, a Rampart, or are you running with an Octane, a Maggie, Revenant? It just depends what's going on in your specific game, which one you choose. Level 3 purple, Revive Master. Allies are revived with health regen up to 75 HP. So the same exact thing as Mirage's up here. The Revive Master, same thing as level 2. Or Stronghold, plus 250 HP castle wall HP. Extended energy barrier duration to 2 minutes. That's not bad at all. I don't think either of these are really great level 3s. Personally, I'll probably pick Stronghold. But it could really swing either way depending what you value more. That says Newcastle. Actually, since Newcastle is, well, I don't know. We'll see which one is better in season. For now, they both look decent. So, I mean, I got no complaints with any of Newcastle's perks. I think Newcastle's already in a decent spot, even though his pick rate's a little low. But I think he's definitely one of the better support legends. Conduit. Shield battery count shown on death boxes. That's a huge quality of life thing. Same thing with Ambivision. Big quality of life upgrade there. Going into boxes, just knowing that there's going to be bats in the box is going to be big. Access denied. Each ult mine's damage radius increased by 10%. So just bigger ult. You know, that's definitely big. That's definitely a decent upgrade for her. Split charge, gain attack charge, but half shield hero duration, or plus 15% attack range. I don't think the range is much of an issue as, you know, being able to heal all your teammates. Getting an extra attack charge, it's but you get half the shield duration. That's just more flexibility when you really think about it. You could still throw both Qs on the same teammate, and it'll give them the same I would have given them before you put the buff on. Or you could split that between both teammates and, you know, or one teammate and yourself. And, you know, you just have more flexibility in that area as opposed to just throwing the entirety of it on one teammate that doesn't need all of it, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it really just depends on which one you value more. I personally am taking split charge. I think split charge is a lot better. Caustic gets some pretty good ones. Plus 75% attack throw range. Plus 75% is a lot. That's like almost double the throw range. So whatever you could throw it before, you could essentially chuck it now like a nade. It's crazy. Plus 20% ult gas cloud area. So just make your like Nox gas on your ults wider, bigger, tougher to escape from. That's obviously good. Once again, I think it just depends on your playstyle, how you play Caustic, which one of these you'll choose. A lot of these are just split decisions right down the middle, which one's better. So Nox vision persists for longer, so you can actually see people in your Nox gas a lot longer, or you regen your HP while inside of Nox gas. I'm taking Breathe It In all day. I don't think this perk compares to Breathe It In, not even in the slightest. So I'm definitely taking that one all day long, and I probably will be picking Diffuse with it specifically for that reason, because I picked Breathe It In. So if I know I'm going to be going for a Breathe It In game, probably be picking Diffuse, which is going to be pretty much every game. So yeah. Wattson. Watson's my main, so I run a lot of Wattson. I've seen her abilities, like her new perks, just, you know, some of them are pretty decent actually, so we'll go through them. Amped Revive. Revive allies to 50 HP, same as Gibby's. Not bad, not great, just pretty decent. Renewable Energy. Ult interceptions spawn arc stars. So that's definitely huge, because whatever they're throwing at your ult in terms of nades, now you just have an endless cache of nades right in front of you that you don't have to actually store in your inventory. You're storing them on the floor in front of you. You could just chuck nades from a building to other buildings, have a bunch of nades. So that's obviously good. Power Pylon. ×2 ult HP and capacity. So your pylon is just going to be bigger and stronger and, you know, be able to heal you more. And, you know, or you can place up to 2 ults with half healing capacity. Use ultimate accelerants twice as fast. So once again, it really just depends. If you're... This is your purple shield, so you're not going to be getting it at the beginning of the game. You're already going to be, you know, progressed in the game up to a certain point. And you can kind of make this decision on the fly. Are you in a smaller building? Are you in a bigger building? Are you having trouble holding off like a big barrage of nades coming into your building? What, you know, what are the other teams doing, and which one of these two is going to fit it better? Because if you're in a really big building, I think you take full coverage, because you can block off a lot more nades that way. Whereas if you're in a smaller building, being able to have your gen not get shot at as easily and be able to heal, you know, a lot faster, it's obviously going to be better. So it really just depends on the situation at play at the time, at least for me. And I run a lot of Wattson, so I'm excited to see which one of the two feels more effective. Rampart. Rampart gets reduced Sheila cooldown by 20%, or she can carry extra ammo per stack, like if she was an Assault Legend. I love being able to carry extra ammos on Assault Legend. I run a lot of Bangalore, run a lot of Mad Maggie, run a lot of Watson. And whenever I'm running Watson, I feel like I'm taking up way too many slots on my ammo. Whereas whenever I'm running Bangalore or Mad Maggie, I just feel like I have so much more inventory space. So, I mean, carrying extra ammo per stack is definitely going to be a big quality of life thing. But if, you want to be able to use Sheila a lot more, you'll pick Ultimate Upgrade. I think that's really just a preference pick right there. Her level 3s, Running Hot, improve mobile Sheila handling and spin up time by 20%, or reload faster with Sheila or when behind amped cover. Oh. Nice. Okay. Running Hot sounds very good to me. The biggest problem with Sheila is the spin up time. If not, it would literally just annihilate through every single human being in the lobby. So picking that spin up time is definitely going to be big. Reload faster with Sheila or when behind amped cover. So you just reload faster when you're behind your walls. So that's also definitely decent. I think personally I'm picking Running Hot because the only real issue I see with Rampart's kit is how long it takes for Sheila to charge. So I feel like that makes her a lot stronger. Catalyst, Prolific Piercings, +1 max number of active spikes, or +40% spike throw range. So just, unnerfing her previous nerfs. Same thing with Rampart here. This is just, undoing one of her perks. Or undoing one of her nerfs, sorry. Yeah, either one of these are good. I mean, you could pick whichever nerf you want to be undone pretty much. Or +20% ult lifetime. +27% measured length of ult. Who's out here really needing a longer ult? Like in terms of length for Catalyst. That shit takes up like the entire fucking map. How much more do you need? I'm taking the ult lifetime all day long. It's already pretty long, but I guess it couldn't hurt to have it up for 20% longer. Although the distance, not that important to me. Like, I'm not going to run the entire length of the wall probably. It's probably, not going to be that important. So yeah, those are all of the legend perks for Season 20. Season 20 is going to come out on Tuesday. So, I'll be dropping another video on Tuesday. Kind of, going through all of the Season 20 things. What I'm liking, what I'm disliking. This is going to be my first actual YouTube upload. I stream a lot on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch for like a little bit. So, if you want to go check it out, Infinite Ace 51 on Twitch. I'm not very good. So, keep that in mind before you go over there. But, I'm going to try to center a lot of my content around information. Trying to just kind of give you guys the best info for the current meta shifts and legends and what's going on in the game. So yeah, if you liked the video, drop a like, drop a follow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Well, not a follow, a sub. Sorry. Peace out. Infinite Ace out.